Hello and welcome to another Facebook Live. Live actually, sorry, because we go out onto multiple platforms.
Yes.
From myself, Lucy Brand.
And myself, Natasha Harris. Hello and welcome. Another Friday Live, a bit of juicy tips and ideas on how to maintain your high vibration when kind of there's a bit of chaos all around. So quite a juicy topic. We've been talking about this week. And so, yeah, we really wanted to talk into this and give you some tips around it. I'm going to go ahead and just share this to a couple of pages. So I'll be back with you in a moment. Thanks, Lucy.
Yeah. So if you are watching us live, then please say hello. Let us know where you're. Oh, hi, Philippa.
Hey, Philippa. Lovely to see you.
Yeah, please let us know, say hello and say where you're watching us from as well, because we love to know around the country or the world people are watching us from. And if you are watching the replay, then hashtag replay. And if you have any questions, then please let us know, or any thoughts, because we love hearing them. We love engaging with people because it's about starting a conversation. This is all a co-creation. Circle Light movement is a co-creation. And we really want everyone to co-create with us and dance in the light
absolutely.
with us and change.
That's what it's all about.
Philippa says she's watching from sunny Wales. Yay! It's sunny here to me. I'm just on the border. I'm just England side of the border of Wales. So yeah, juicy topic today, how to maintain a high vibration when chaos is around you. So this is something we've actually been discussing this week in our membership, our Circle Light Movement membership. And it's one of the topics that came up from someone, one of the members. And so we thought we'd just expand on this a bit today and give you some tips on how we kind of maintain our high vibration or our dancing in the light when you can be surrounded by chaos. And what we mean by chaos, maybe it's like uncertainty, feelings of out of control, a lot of fear, all those kind of things which can make us contract and become fearful ourselves when we take on other people's energies.
Yeah, no, it can be really subtle as well sometimes, like things like drama going on around. Hi, Vanessa. Drama going on all around, people kicking out a little bit. And we can it can be really subtle. We don't think it's really impacting us, but it is pulling us out of alignment. It is taking us out of alignment of who we are and shifting us out of our high vibes and where we can really create from in a really powerful way. So it is really how do we check out what's going on around us? Recognize it, acknowledge it, allow it, but not allow it or give it permission to pull us or yank us sometimes totally out of whack, and we find ourselves flailing around going, I don't know where I'm supposed to be. I find myself in all this chaos and I want to be back here and dancing in the light. And so how we can maintain it, because we absolutely can. I have to add that bit. Sometimes we feel like it's not possible. How can we possibly maintain high vibrations when all the stuff that's going on around the world, when things are going on in the family? Surely how can I maintain that? And is it right to maintain that and feel be in our high vibes when something else is going on that really is challenging, is really difficult to do? And but we can, because from that place we can shift it for everybody. So so we can absolutely maintain our high vibration while there's other stuff going on. Oh, beautiful, lovely ladies coming to join us today. I love it.
Hi, Rochelle, lovely to see you live with us. So yeah, to speak into a bit of that, if you are experiencing chaos, and that could be maybe the challenges or complications or things that are being really difficult for you in your life, the solution or the answer to those challenges isn't down here in fear, anxiety, contractedness. The solution is actually hanging around up here in joy, fun, laughter, bliss, and love. That's where, because when we've experienced love, whether we, send love to ourselves or from another, we actually expand, we open up. It's expansive, it's infinite. And when you've experienced, when you're feeling love, and I just mean, you could even just give yourself a hug, you know, and just be like, I'm so proud of myself today, or whatever it might be. That's where you're going to find the answer, not down here in the lower vibes of fear and shame. And so it really is, it doesn't serve you being down in these lower vibes, and it certainly doesn't serve those people around you either. But you've got to put your own oxygen mask on first. And if people are making you feel guilty for being high vibrational, then again, I would look at whether that's a right match for you energetically for where you are. And even though I'm talking about being high vibe and in love and light, that doesn't mean that you don't acknowledge that there is challenges. You know, that doesn't mean that we sprinkle, I get this kind of, the words of this positive toxicity, which I'm not a fan of, where it's like, I'm fine, but actually you're really not. But it's like you've got these layers of I'm fine, and the real problem, the root of it, is so buried deep on top of this toxic positivity, it's not going to work. Whereas you actually have to go down, pull up the root, but then look at it from a place of love and compassion and light. So look at your challenge from love and compassion and light. When you do that, it's wonderful. That's when the answers will come. That's when all of a sudden someone will email you and you'll be like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's exactly what I need to help me out of this situation. And that's how it works. Because if you were to kick in the law of attraction in that, the law of attraction, if you're floating around on love and compassion for yourself, no matter what your challenge is right now, the law of attraction will bring to you solutions of love and compassion. So yeah, that's kind of one of the things that I wanted to share about. Just it's okay to be in the high vibes, even when everything around you is not great. I was going to swear.
And it's okay. It's giving yourself permission to be in that. Sometimes we often feel, especially if we're empaths, the only way that we can express that compassion to others is to be in it with them. And actually, we don't serve them one bit by being in it with them. We serve them much better by understanding, acknowledging, being in a space of compassion, but from our vibration. And Michelle said, I love the way that Lucy explains that. I love it too, because it is really about that. And one of the questions that kind of popped into my head, which you may want to think about, because for all of us, we're all beautiful, unique beings. Our high vibing energy, or the energy resonance of that high vibe for us, will all be somewhat different. So it's really about attuning into what is that high vibration for you? What is that unique frequency where you feel it all, where you feel a range of emotions, where you feel that you are in that vibration and that frequency. And for me, actually, it resonates somewhere along the lines of freedom. If I'm feeling free, I know that I can be free for others. I can give time for others. I have plenty of time. My time is never squashed. My time is never limited. I feel that I can move around, I can do things, and that's just that sense and general sense of freedom within. And that's where I feel I'm at my highest vibe. And it's somewhere along that line. So somebody else might think, well, freedom means something different for me, and that's cool too. So just tapping into that energy. What is your energetic resonance that sits in that high vibe for you? Just, maybe write that question down and journal on it for a little bit today and see what answers or what comes to you.
Yeah, I think that's it. Like just having also knowing your triggers. So I share this story quite a lot with clients where many years ago, or several years ago, I was in a really dark place. I wasn't in a good place at all, mentally or emotionally. And what I did at the time, I was living in Brighton, and I needed a pattern interrupt. So what I mean by that is I needed something to interrupt the spiral of negative thoughts, which then when I'd have negative thoughts, I would then have negative feelings, which then create my reality. Because what would normally happen is then I would speak negatively. And when you use your thoughts, when you match up your thoughts and your feelings, the body and your spoken word, that creates your reality. So, and then law of attraction, it's not a great quagmire to be in. So what I would do is every time I heard a seagull, I would think to myself, what am I thinking? And in the early days, it would always be very, very negative. But then what I would do is I would have certain experiences, because at the time I was in such a dark place, I couldn't vision forward. I couldn't see positive things in my future. So what I did was I drew on experiences from my past where I felt loved, where I felt whole, where I felt safe, where I felt complete, where I felt freedom, because that's another one of my core values. And so what would happen is I would reach for those experiences, so that every time a seagull, I would be like, oh no, negative thoughts. Okay, switch that up, and then feel that in my body, feel that love, see it in my mind's eye because it's already happened. It would bring a smile to my face, and it would shift my reality, like shift my energy, shift my frequency, which would then change my reality, because it's changing my thoughts and my feelings and then my spoken word. And then over time, it got to a point where I hear a seagull and I'd be like, oh yeah, today's really good, the sun's shining today. Like, it can be that simple. It doesn't have to be a really big thing. If you're not in that place, if, like Natasha said, I think in our last live, if you got out of bed today and the last few days you haven't been able to, go you. That is amazing. Like, meet yourself where you're at. And like I said, if you're not in a great place, you do have to acknowledge that you're not in a great place to move through it. Yeah. And then get to the higher vibes.
Yeah, no, thank you for sharing that, because that's something similar that I went through as well. It's like it's small steps. It's really acknowledging where you're at and really knowing that whatever step you're in, you know, shifting we're not reaching for the stars, we're reaching for the next level of vibrational frequency. And, you know, I'm not such a fan of going high and low frequencies, because then we think that one's good and one's bad. You know, they are all frequencies, and we are where we're at, whatever frequency that is. But if we can shift our frequency more to one that, you know, helps us, for me, to feel freedom, then I'm taking one step towards that. But to know that you're always safe, whatever step you're in, you're safe and you're powerful beings, you know, and acknowledging that takes real power. It takes real acknowledgement of yourself, and giving yourself permission. So there's something really around, you know, knowing whatever step you're in or whatever space or energetic field you're in, you're completely safe. And that's what we try to, you know, create within what we are creating within the Circle of Light movement in the membership, is this space to acknowledge wherever you're at. And we're seeing people sharing amazing things around where they're at. And you know, it's not always in that high vibe. And that's great, because what we're enabling them to do is to shift from where they are towards the next frequency for them.
Exactly. And Michelle says no comparison was key for me. Yeah, that's so true. And it's so empowering to accept your own unique stage and set your own marker. Yes, I love this. And also it's important, as you just said, to set your own marker as well, because a lot of the time what happens is that we just keep, instead of being human beings, we're human doings, and we do and do and do and do, and we go to the next level, and we go to wherever, and we forget to stop and be and reflect and just appreciate how far you've come. And I think the other thing, just as Natasha said, you know, with moving to the next phase, it's like if you're depressed and you move into anger, that's great. Like, you know, because you're moving in through the stages, and that's what it is. Like, it's just meeting it where you're at and having markers along the way so you can celebrate yourself. Because you are a divine spark. You're source reincarnated. Like, you are perfect and whole. But we came as human beings to experience the whole spectrum of emotions, you know, the lower vibes and the high vibes. That's what we came to do. So it's like experiencing that contrast. When you can get to a place of seeing it as a gift, but that tends to come from reflection and going through the real lows, then it's kind of a beautiful way at looking at things and celebrating yourself on the journey that you're on.
Yeah, absolutely. And something actually that I had a bit of a reminder of this morning is that sometimes we feel we've overcome certain challenges in our lives or certain things that have always got in our way. And we're kind of like then go through the next phases of where we're at. And then all of a sudden something comes up and you're like, what's that doing back here? Like, I thought I was done with that. And it's just a little reminder that you're ready to take that next step to where you're going. So setting your intention is really, really key. It's like, keep moving forwards on the journey and knowing that if something comes up again, it's not to set you back. It's not to say, oh, I've done something really wrong here. It's about, this chaos that's ensuing. It's like, oh, why is this showing up again? I thought I was done with this person or with this experience or something like that. Know and acknowledge that you're ready to go through the next layer of that and to keep moving forward. So set your intention around what it is you want to create, where you're moving towards, and building that, the increments towards where you want to go, and you build that momentum going forwards rather than stop, start, or backwards, and then like that feeling of 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Your word is law. Like, when you set an intention, it's really, really powerful about what you want to create and go forwards. And for me, it's around this energy, as I said, around freedom for me, that I look to everything that I do, or everything I do. It's like, is this going to create more freedom for me?
Exactly. And I think that's just it. It's this conscious creation, the conscious creation of your life. So of your life, sorry. So bringing your consciousness to the challenges in your life, or bringing your consciousness to the celebrations in your life, the thing that's going well. It's about both, celebrating both ends of it and bringing your consciousness to both of it. And I think another thing that I talk about quite a lot is protecting your energy. So with the setting intentions, that's brilliant as well. Like, if you did all of these things, then it would really help you. But what I suggest is bubbles, protection bubbles. And the thing is that when I've suggested that to clients or people in the past, they don't like the thought of it because they think it might be a barrier. So what I suggest is that it's what you invite in and what you invite out. So there's a flow to it. So you can make it as elaborate as you want. I like to do it as a ritual every morning, like a self-love ritual. But I would say only love and light to come in and only love and light to leave. And what that means is that anything that's other than love and light hits my barrier, like hits my bubble. And so it can't come in here. It can't attach itself to me. It can't impact me. But also, if someone triggers me, I then send out love and light rather than I'm reacting to it and maybe, not being as kind or compassionate as I could be. And so protecting yourself in this way, again, bringing your consciousness to it. Where is your energy being leaked? Where could you maybe respond better rather than reacting? And just kind of be more compassionate with yourself and with others. Particularly at the moment, I think, with everything that's going on, the chaos that's going around. And the other thing I would add into that I like to do sometimes, if I'm feeling particularly ungrounded or like at sea a bit with everything that's going on, or other people that are in my life, then I tend to ground down. So what I mean by that is I grow roots out the bottom of my feet and my tailbone, and I send these roots all the way down into Mother Earth, into Gaia. And I always imagine at the center of Mother Earth is this pulsing rose quartz, which is the crystal of the heart, love, pulsing in the center. And I wrap my roots lovingly around that, and I just root into this reality, this earth frequency. And again, that makes me feel very supported and connected. And that's a really good place, once you've protected your energy and rooted down, for solutions to come to you as well, because you're out of your head and in your body. And up here tends to be where we have anxiety and fear.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where we can really come back into alignment, and maintain our vibrational energy field by, seeing that things are going on outside of us, but we don't have to jump into it. We can protect ourselves, and we're always safe. No one can, if we go into somebody else's chaos or the chaos that's around us, we are giving ourselves permission to do that. We are choosing to do that. No one's doing it to us. we are doing it to ourselves. So equally as powerfully, we can choose to do whatever we need to do, is like protect our energy, ground us, root us, come back to the energy of your vibrational field, like the freedom or whatever that is, or fun or joy, and allow yourself to be in that. Give yourself permission to step back towards it. Doesn't have to be like, oh, well, I don't know how to get there, I've stepped so far out, but just give yourself permission to shift direction and head back towards what feels safe and good and grounded and powerful for you.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, I love that. Have you got? I don't think I've got anything to add. I feel like
I think we've covered that. But let us know if you've got any questions. Where do you struggle to maintain your own vibrational energy or high vibing energy when there's stuff that's going on all around you? Let us know. Tag us in the post wherever you're watching this. We will come to you and we will answer your question. We love to engage in the questions. We love to see how this resonates with you, how it doesn't resonate with you, what you're struggling with, and if you want to come and be part of a community where we are really expanding on this stuff, we're giving you little tips and bite-sized pieces of it, but where we are doing weekly sessions around healing this stuff and around really getting to understand it, identifying it and acknowledging it and accepting it, then if you're interested, we doors are closed at the moment for our membership, but they will be opening in June again. But do come and join our mailing list and get on our wait list, so you are the first to know when the doors are open again, and you will be invited in. You will get an email from us to let us know. So come and join our wait list. We would love to invite you into the next round of the membership. We have just been like blown away by some of the experiences that people are sharing with us in the membership of what they're experiencing from being in it. So
yeah, the feedback from the community is just blown away. Like I couldn't be more humbled by the people already in there and their comments, which you'll soon start to see coming out on social media, which I'm so excited to share with you, because they're just bring tears to our eyes. Like we be co-creating something so beautiful that is for the world. Like it's not just for us, it's for all of you. It's really powerful. So if you are interested, then head on over to our website. The link's in the description, and like Natasha said, get on the wait list, because we do have a wait list, and so we're only opening the doors for a short amount of time, so you will want to get in on the action if you want healing. All right, my lovelies. Well, I don't know if I'm seeing you next week. Let me just check my calendar.
I think. Oh, okay. Yes, I think we have we're not coming next week, but we will see you for the next live, whenever that is. Let us know if you've got any questions. Please private message us, and we'd love to answer them. And we would love to see you in the membership in June. Bye for now.
No, we are there next week. We will be here next Friday. That's the week after. So next Friday, same time, 12 o'clock, we shall be here with Natasha. Okay, much love. Have an amazing weekend. Bye.